Tina Hacks, no thanks for gifting a sub to Kid Cool. Okay, I'm watching you. My eyes are on you. How dare you? You know what? Let's reveal who the next game master is. We've got Mr. Mike Uyama coming in and having some fun choosing a game. I'm very excited. No, Tina, it's not nice. Tina is a jerk. Hello, Mike.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well.
Well, good. I know that you have a beautiful pick. Thank you, Yuge, for subscribing. You've got a wonderful pick here. I don't know this game, though. I've only played a couple of the games in the series.
Yeah, but this is an official game in the series, even though it might kind of look like a fan game at times. Personally to me, I skip over this game and the next one because I just say there are no PS1 Contras, and I think most people who like this series agrees with me, and I just revealed the series by accident, so
it's okay.
You might as well reveal the game right now.
Oh no, apparently people are very concerned about this
game. I had two other GMs test this game, even though I pretty thoroughly tested it myself. RBW had trouble beating Stage 1, and then I kept him anonymous until now, and then he was like, okay, I'll beat Stage 1, and then he beat Stage 1, he's like, Stage 2 is even worse. And Dana's like, this is a game that should have twin-stick controls, that does not have twin-stick controls, and then he quit after about 5 or 10 minutes.
I can't necessarily blame him. Like, the thing is, there's some Contra games that are just amazing, but I feel like if you get the formula wrong, you get it very wrong.
Yeah, so the thing about Contra is that most of the games in the series are very good. And actually, one of the reasons why I picked this is that this is a game I had when I was younger, because I was at Best Buy when I was 12 or 13, and it was my birthday, and my mom was like, I don't know what games you like, so just pick a game, and I'll buy it for you. I'm like, okay, great.
Oh, no.
So I'm just looking through the games, and I see Contra, and I'm like, oh, I like Contra, because the last Contra game, and the Contra game before this was Contra Hardcore, which is a very good Contra game for the Genesis. It has really big bosses and cool action sequences, and so I bought this game. And then I kind of realized that this game was not really anywhere near as good as Contra Hardcore.
Yeah. Well, so this is a game from your childhood. I love it. I love when people are able to look back on their childhood and like, how can I make people suffer the way that I suffered?
Yep. Yeah, so like a good run and gun will have, like tight controls, and the controls in this game are okay, I guess. Like tough but fair action, etc., etc. This game has a ton of unfair cheap hits. It's a little sluggish when you jump, and for whatever reasons, the characters have different speeds. So I told them not to play the robot because the robot is super slow.
Uh-oh. Okay, so no
I said
robot.
they could choose any character, but I recommended against the robot because the robot is very slow.
I mean, at least you gave that little tidbit of help.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't reveal anything about the game except, they could save. But I figure they can figure out all the badness for themselves.
Good.
And also, I'm sure Konami excised this from the official quote-unquote Contra lore, even though they haven't really done anything with Contra in the past 7 or so years. But this game is actually linked to the other Contra games. In fact, one of the characters that you'll see in the select screen, Ray, is actually from Hardcore.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that we have some continuity with stories then. I feel like this is an official game, Mike, already, just from what I'm seeing.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that some people in chat do know of this game, and yes, it is very bad. Dominic White is correct. There was a Hardcore Uprising for the PlayStation 3 and 360, and that is also a very good Contra games. Most of the Contra games are good. Just don't play the PS1 Contras, and you're pretty much good to go. Some people don't like Neo Contra. I think Kusogr4nde viewers would enjoy Neo Contra a lot. Like, there's nothing wrong with the action, it's just super campy and super ridiculous.
Oh boy. Well, you know what? Campy games are completely fine. I enjoy my own share of campy games.
And Scuddy knows the Neo Contra lore.
Well, good. Ooh, I like the music already.
Yeah, so this game actually has okay music.
Okay.
The first stage music is a bit overblown, but aside from that, it's, like, not bad.
Well, I honestly think that I am just about ready to roll with this game because we've got all 4 players streaming. It looks beautiful.
Who are you using for audio, just out of curiosity?
Glitchwitch.
Okay.
Oh boy, I'm so excited, Mike. This is the last game of the day, and then I can eat food. And I guess the game excites me too.
And I picked this game specifically because these people have 17 points, which means they got first and second. So these are really strong players, and that means they need to have a nice bit of torture, something a bit different from platformer, and something that'll give them a nice amount of pain. It looks like Mikan's is on the character select screen already, which is fine.
So I'm going to be doing the countdown. If you have any Contra sprites, or are there any memorable enemies that show up in the game?
Not really. There's a bunch of robots.
Okay,
I'm trying to think if there's any really goofy-looking enemies. There's a turtle.
Turtles! Oh my gosh, if you have any turtles, go ahead and spam those as well. And we are doing the countdown. Wish them luck. Just spam away, chat. This is what I love to see. Yeah. Ducks. Those are essentially feathered turtles, you know?
Sure, bro. I guess that's another Utah fact right there. Ducks are feathered turtles.
Hey, I had a biology class, like, a while ago, so...
Alright, so Mikan's picks Ray. Let's see who the other people pick. It looks like Shuriken also picks Ray. Xander and Glitchwitch also pick Tasha. So Ray and Tasha are the 2 good characters in this game. The robot is really bad, as I said before, because it moves so slowly, and I didn't want them to get stuck with the robot and just basically be screwed. So the first thing you're going to notice is that the perspective in this game is really weird.
Okay.
And it's really hard to tell where, like, any of the bullets are, and it's really easy to die. In fact, Mikans has died already. And when you die, you don't even keel over or anything like you normally do in Contra games. You just flash for about half a second, and then you make a little sound. And that's about it.
Oh yeah, like Glitchwitch right there.
Yeah. Yeah, and so what they need to learn really fast is how to strafe. The strafe is toggle, which means you tap L1 or R1 while you're shooting, and then you start to strafe while shooting. And you basically always want to strafe in this game, or else you really can't hit anything. And that's the first special weapon of the game on both Shuriken's and Mikan's screen, and what they will possibly learn is, if they learn how to select weapons, is that all the special weapons are useless except for the homing. So you know how in Contra games, like, usually when you get a special weapon, like, it's a big upgrade from your pea shooter or your machine gun. Yeah, in this game, the special weapons are really bad. In fact, your best weapon is the pea shooter, except against except for the homing weapon, which is good against enemies that you can't hit repeatedly. And both Mikan's and Glitchwitch are pretty close to game over. You start off with 8 lives, and that includes 0, and they're down to 2 and 1 respectively.
I love it.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of game overs on stage 1. Like, I don't blame RBW for having trouble beating stage 1 because it's really hard to get used to this game. The perspective is bad. You want to take it slow, because if you take it too fast, you'll just run into enemies all over. There's just cheap spawns everywhere that'll just hit you from off screen. And there are bosses that are really hard to hit unless you have the homing weapon, including this one that Mikan's is on.
Like, it looks like Glitchwitch has one of the homing weapons. Are there multiple homing weapons, or is it just this
yes. So each character has a different homing weapon. It's debatable which one is the best. I would say it's between Ray and Tasha, though. The problem is, I would say Tasha's is more powerful, has a better rate of fire, but sometimes gets stuck on objects. But, and Ray's is more consistent.
Oh yeah, the homing weapon is like a must right here.
Yes, lumps McCumps. Usually homing is the weak one, but in this game, this is the exception. Homing is actually quite good in this game. And there is actually a way to cheese out that turret by standing off screen. And Xandra has already game overed. She is fortunately not continuing, which is good, because if you continue, you only have 5 lives. So while it's worth continuing,
serious?
if you get to a later stage, it is not worth continuing if you get to... if you're still stuck in the first stage.
Glitch4nde did, as a matter of fact, use a continue, so that's going to be a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, she's going to realize that she shouldn't have continued real soon. Same with Shuriken. Shuriken's also in the same boat. Also, I would say the farthest anyone has gotten is about halfway through the stage. And the problem is, Meekins is still on this boss because he doesn't have a homing, so it's just taking forever to hit the boss. He was doing a great job of dodging the boss, but yeah, eventually the boss just wore him down. And he was using the spread, which is okay-ish, but it's really not that powerful. This is a Contra game. This is an official Contra game, so it's worth noting that even though Konami published this game, this was not developed in-house by Konami. In fact, this was Appaloosa Interactive, previously known as Novo Trade. Yes, so this game was made by the same developers of Exo Squad and Echo the Dolphin.
Ooh. I love Echo the Dolphin.
And it turns out Hungarians cannot make a good Contra game. And unlike the Genesis, they did not really push the limits of the PlayStation here. Although the game isn't bad looking. There's definitely worse looking PS1 games.
I mean, yeah, I've played worse looking PS1 games. Like,
it looks okay.
It actually has a pretty good frame rate.
Oh yeah, that's one of the few redeeming factors in this game, is that it has a decent frame rate. So yeah, you're gonna see players stuck in stage 1 for a while, especially since the boss of stage 1 has a troll at the very end that they're guaranteed to lose at least 1 life on.
Oh no, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glitch4nde still using continues.
Yeah, I don't know why she's doing that, because I thought she would have noticed that she had 8 lives when she didn't continue, and this is bad. I did tell them they could save, but what I didn't tell them is that the saves save everything, including the amount of lives and continues that they have. So if she makes it to stage 2 low and continues in lives, that would be a very bad thing.
At the same time, I do think that trying out some of the physics early on and just trying to get a feel of the game can have its own value. I mean, all of these players have done well historically, so maybe Glitch4nde does have a plan.
The only thing is that they're on stage 1, so she would be able to try out stuff anyway. Oh no, she's trying out the laser. The laser is not good. Basically, every weapon has a lower DPS than the pea shooter.
So,
except maybe for the homing weapon.
I was going to say, what's the benefit of the lightning? And simply put, there is none, as far as I can tell.
Nope, there's none.
What about the flamethrower?
The flamethrower, you get a cheap-looking flame effect? I don't know. So, Lord BBH, who's a very notable arcade streamer, very good arcade game. So if you like watching arcade games, you should check out his stream. He said something about flamethrowers in video games. He says they are either very good or very bad, and this game, it is the latter.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Okay, so Glitch4nde went back to the title screen. That's good. It is worth noting that if you load up the game and you started and you're like in stage 2 or 3, you can switch characters. There's really not much reason to do that, but you can do that. Oh no, Meekins is trying the flamethrower against the turret. Not a good thing to do. So there is actually a way to cheese out that turret. You can stay way below it before, the camera actually like forces you to fight the boss up close, and you can shoot it from off screen with a homing weapon.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know if the players will figure this out, but if the players figure out how good the homing weapons are in this game, then they might be able to figure it out. But yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the first hour I played this game, I couldn't beat Stage 2, if I remember correctly, and then when I did another session, I was able to beat Stage 2, but then I got to the end of Stage 3, and I don't think they're getting past Stage 3, because Stage 3 is really dumb.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, everybody seems a little bit angry already. And you're completely right, by the way. I know somebody in chat said that this is a twin-stick shooter that doesn't have a twin stick. And it totally is. Like,
yep. This is actually pre-analog PlayStation 1, so even if they wanted to have twin sticks, they really couldn't, unless if they used some, like the old Smash TV style control scheme.
Like, how much do you think it would resolve with this game if they did manage to have that?
I think it would help a bit, because the strafe mechanic is kind of awkward to use, but there's still the problem of all the awkward camera angles, and like just not really looking like things align with where you're shooting. Because like even if you're quote-unquote shooting straight horizontally, because of the way the game's camera works, you can it'll sometimes be shooting slightly off angle.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards saying that it would solve some problems, but it probably would still be considered one of the worst Contra games.
Yeah, the only worst Contra game, I would say, is the other one this company made, which came after this game.
I'd even say that the bootleg Contra game that we had that one time is better than this.
Yeah, no, I would argue that, because that has actual, like, Contra sprites and controls and everything.
Yeah. So, sorry, when you're worse than a bootleg, you know that you've messed up.
Yeah. So, as you can see on Mikun's screen, like, did you see how that turret was slightly, like, off screen before he approached it? If you just stay there and start shooting at it, you can just snipe it.
Ah.
So, what you really want to do with the homing weapon is that you're not confident with it, is that you just want to have the pea shooter until you have the homing weapon for, like, a boss you really need it on, like the turret. And Xandra has learned the cheese. She's a little farther than she needs to be, but she is cheesing out this turret, and if she beats this turret, she will... I think one other person has made it past, and I think that's Shuriken, but it'll definitely put her in second place, if not first.
Why is this turret so strong?
Because Legacy of War. So I have them playing on normal. If they were playing on hard, the bosses would take minutes. Hard mode in this game is absolutely stupid. And I'm the kind of guy who's like, hard difficulty is the only difficulty. But no, don't play this game in hard. It's really bad. Yeah, exactly. This is normal. Like, Xandra does misfire. Sometimes this boss just hides its weak point because it's a little bulb below the boss. And Xandra is definitely in first now. Unfortunately, she's down to her last life, but she is about to fight the final boss of Stage 1.
You said we're going to see a death here, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If not these guys who just shoot out of the vehicle and come from the side, so it's really hard to dodge with them.
Right
like that.
Wow.
There's a troll after you kill the boss.
That was such a suplex. That was beautiful.
I know, just the supply drop right on top of her. That's really good progress for Xandra, though. She's learned the value of the homing weapon. She's learned the cheese, so she's definitely gonna make good progress. And Glitch Witch also learned the cheese, so she's also gonna make good progress.
Oh.
So what is notable is that, as I kind of hinted with the robot, all the characters have different speeds. And Tasha is the fastest, which technically makes her the best. I think Ray is the second fastest.
Mike.
It's kind of debatable which one's the best, who is the best. I would say, it's really whether you want consistency in your homing laser like Ray, or the power of the homing bubbles like Tasha, but they sometimes get stuck in objects.
So I'm taking a look, and you mentioned that this company made Echo the Dolphin, but you didn't mention that they made one of your favorite games, Cyborg Justice.
Oh, I didn't know they made Cyborg Justice. That's not really my favorite game, but I remember playing that as a kid and I really liked it. But it's definitely not a good game.
Maybe they didn't make it, but were somehow involved with it because it was
okay,
Nova Trade. Yep.
So Glitchwitch is actually doing really well against the boss. In fact, she's about to beat it. So here's the final troll. You have to cross this area, and it's a rotating platform. Glitch might do it on the first try, but it's kind of difficult. Oh, looks like she's gonna do it.
Oh, nice.
She has cleared the first stage, except she didn't save.
Well,
the game defaults to not saving.
Why?
I did not. Yes, the game defaults to not saving, which is really not working to her advantage, unfortunately. Fortunately, she can. Well, she'll just have to try to beat stage 2. Basically, she's gonna want to burn through her continues in stage 2.
Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Once you have stage 1 down, I think it would be easy to maintain the number of lives through there. And luckily, you don't have to kill everything.
No, you don't. And the popcorn enemies do infinitely spawn. So the spread's a bit of a trick, because you think it's good because it's a spread gun, but it does fairly poor damage, so you're really just better off using the pea shooter.
Yeah, the pea shooter is faster. I was going to say, like, enemies were taking 2 or 3 hits in order to die from the spread.
Oh no, she's on the flamethrower. You don't want to use the flamethrower. Okay, she lost it by dying.
Oh, good. And we've got a weird centipede. What is...
Yep, this is the boss. It's pretty simple. Just don't let it corner you, and then just jump over the spikes it throws that are very telegraphed.
This is the boss of the stage?
No. Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
She's not even halfway through stage 2. This game has a bunch of mini-bosses per stage.
Gotcha. I was thinking, we just get this little teeny tiny stage after stage 1. Good. But
Glitchwitch is doing really well. And she might be able to beat stage 2 in a couple of continues and then save for stage 3. Which would bail her out. I wonder if anyone else is just going to try to skip through the end of the stage and then also end up not saving.
It's very possible.
I did tell the players that you can save at the end of stages. I did not tell them that it's the default not to save.
Yeah, honestly, I think that I would have accidentally mashed through it. Just knowing myself.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, you just want to, make progress, get to the next stage, then oops.
I think the most offensive thing to me with this game is how bland the colors are.
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, the animations aren't very good. You don't even, have any much visual feedback when you die, except for the character blinking when you die. Okay. Okay, good. She continued. She actually got decently far into the stage. There's 3 bosses in the stage, and she got to the second one of them. I would say the second boss is about halfway through the stage.
Oh, good. The person who did the environment graphics did the art and animation for Mort the Chicken, so only the best.
Only the best. I mean, Mort the Chicken does have the best cutscenes, so...
It does.
Oh, no. And Glitchwitch just dies right away because flames. Alright. So, Xandra's definitely getting better at stage 1. She's at the turret boss, and she has 5 lives still. Which will mean she'll be well-equipped for both the spider boss and the end stage boss, and Shuriken is on the end stage boss with 5 lives.
That's a lot of lives. He's got a really good chance of actually killing this.
It says 4, but you can have 0, so
yeah,
it's 5.
Well,
yeah, I mean, that's why I was really shocked Glitchwitch didn't die that many times from those guys, because those guys are actually legitimately difficult to deal with. That spawn there.
Okay, there we go. The boss is down, and Shuriken jumped off to his death. There we go.
But he's now on the platform, so he can just make it to the end of the stage. Please just jump up.
Yeah!
Yay! He did it. Now will Shuriken save? That is the true question.
Shuriken
he saved! He has a safety. So the saves do record your lives and continues, but if he has to load the save, then he can just load up the save and then die real fast if he wants a full set of lives. Or as full as he's going to get when continuing, because you only get 5 lives after continue. Or the game only displays 4, but the 0.
I kind of enjoy the enemy design here. Like, even though the turret looks super derpy as it's spinning around and just wobbling all over the place, it's kind of cool design. I like it.
And Xandra also beat stage 1, doing a fist pump.
Oh,
and
good.
She was waffling a bit, but she's saving her game. So only Glitchwitch has a dilemma of really needing to beat stage 2. Fortunately, she has the homing weapon for the mid boss, which makes it a lot easier. Unfortunately, the shield doesn't last long enough to just tank all the hits.
Yeah, Glitchwitch going back to the beginning of stage 2.
So Glitchwitch says, "OMG lol, this game," and this is really funny because when I mentioned this game, I was a little worried because Glitchwitch was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was like, "Uh-oh, she's played it." And she's like, "No, she really wanted to play it." And she's like, "Well, I guess this means that I'll be able to play this game now." So,
yeah. Really?
Yeah.
The long list of games that I want to play somehow included this. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, there's a good chance that the explosions look like the ones in Exo Squad because this is the same devs.
Yeah, Meekins is currently falling behind everybody else, but I wouldn't be too surprised if Meekins starts making some solid progress in a little bit.
Well, I remember that Meekins was actually 4th for a very long time in Tom Sawyer, and then just during the last 10 or 15 minutes, gets in a 1st. So there's always a good chance that he can make the comeback.
Oh, good old Tom Sawyer. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if that did happen. Honestly, Meekins has always been a solid player when it comes to Kusogr4nde.
Yes, Cadis, that is the scoop. It is worth noting that Glitchwitch skipped through the end of level text so fast that she did not save going into level 2. So she's at a bit of a risk of just having to start over from stage 1 if she goes through all her continues.
The other players have saved, and that gives them a pretty big advantage.
Yes. Because that means even if they run out of continues, they can just load the save.
Yep.
However, Glitchwitch is currently in 1st because she is the only one who has reached the 2nd boss in stage 2. One thing that is worth doing for Blind Race of this game, and what Glitchwitch is doing right now, is shooting at the walls, because differently marked walls, like that one that Glitchwitch just shot at, do give items. And sometimes they're very useful ones, like this force field.
Oh yeah, the force field. How long does it last?
It lasts for a long time, actually. It lasts for at least 10 seconds. Okay, Meekins is struggling a bit with the first boss. It's going to be real close. Okay, he beat the first boss. Oh no, he jumps into the lava!
No! That's a game over.
And he said some words that I cannot repeat here on stream.
He's not a big fan of this game, let me just say.
Saves do save their continues, Cadis. Save both their lives and continues.
Like, you know what? I'm just, like, looking at this game. I honestly think that if they just went with bright, bizarre colors, it would have been a more enjoyable experience. You know, buildings bright blue, maybe even baby blue, you know, enemies just iridescent.
Yeah, but that would require some creativity. Some creativity on the developers' part. I don't know. Which is funny, because these developers were clearly pretty creative, because they made games like Echo the Dolphin and the like. Although it's worth noting that back then they had a California office, and the creator of Echo the Dolphin was American, and this dev team is primarily Hungarian.
Yeah, you know what? It's also likely that somebody told them, hey, this is a licensed game that already has an established set of, you know, expectations. We got to keep it similar to that, and didn't really allow any creative license.
Well, I mean, the funny thing about that is that the other Contra games had plenty of color. In fact, I would say Contra Hardcore is ironically the most colorful Contra game, even though it's on the Genesis, which was not known for having a strong color palette. And I remember distinctly having a big robot that was light blue, possibly even baby blue color, that had some really cool animations. It would shoot, like, charged up fireballs at you. It would fire some mortars from its backpack, and it would also do some cool running animations and kicks.
Look, I'm just trying to give excuses for the developers, Mike.
Well, there are no excuses for the developer, especially if you ever see this. Well, it's not really a sequel to this, but the next Contra game, and that is C, A Contra Adventure, which is ironically the least Contra Adventure of all the Contra games.
Contra Hardcore.
No, Malumet. The first three Contras, if I'm not mistaken, are the future Treasure Team. They split off as Treasure before Contra Hardcore.
Oh yeah, that bright blue boss, like, it still looks fitting in the Contra universe, but it is super colorful. Yeah. I love this.
Alright, so even though Glitch was the first one to reach stage 2, she's actually at the risk of game over. I don't know how many continues she has left, but it's not many. What's worth noting is that even though Mikon is behind everyone, he has 7 lives. He's only lost 1 life, and he's more than halfway through stage 1, so he might actually go into stage 2 with more than the 5 lives you get when you continue. And what's worth noting is that the reason why I know Tasha's homing weapon is stronger is that she can actually, if she gets the force field, you can actually just face tank the boss with homing shots, and I think you kill it before the boss can do anything.
Oh no.
Oh no, Meekins, don't stand in the middle like that. That's bad news, bears.
Bad news, bears. Rawr.
Oh, I see why he's standing in the middle. It's the best way to take care of those enemies with the homing shot.
Okay, that makes sense.
But the problem is, yeah, he'll just die when the... Oh no, don't use the flame. I'm not even sure if the flame reaches.
Oh no, enjoy death.
Oh no, he went forward a bit. He might fall off like Shuriken, but at least you get on the platform.
Meekins.
Will he just clip the railing? Oh, he made it. He made it. Okay. He just needs to go up. You just gotta go up, Meekins.
There we go.
Yeah.
Urban warfare cleared. Oh, and he didn't save. He bashed through it.
No!
Wow.
And he's typing some things in the chat right now.
Yeah, he's very not happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's only my responsibility to say that they can save. Not, how to do it.
And Glitch Witch is going back to the beginning of the game due to not saving.
And Meekins is saying this is the kind of Kusogr that should be warned about.
He's talking about the save stuff. No, you just gotta watch out.
No, you can't. I was considering telling them about that, but I figured that's their responsibility.
Oh, yeah. And simply put, if you pick up this game at your grandma's house and you beat level 1, odds are you either pay close attention to the text or you don't. You know, it would not be the first time that we've had people lose runs due to save issues, and it's not going to be the last.
Yeah. It appears Meekin's stream has froze? Oh no, it's going. Okay, and Glitch is now going back to Tasha.
Yeah, I am going to try to refresh Meekin's stream so that we can get going again.
Yeah, it's stuttering a bit for me too, so I don't think it's on your end.
Yeah, probably not. We'll just go ahead and wait, see if it balances out. If not, we'll let Meekins know. Yeah, the levels in this game really are pretty long. And
yeah,
you know
they are long, and the third stage is even longer thanks to having an auto-scroller in the middle. I kind of hope someone makes it to the third stage, because it's really dumb. But we'll see. I mean, we're about halfway through this match, I think. I don't have a timer on me, so...
Yeah, we are half an hour in.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's worth noting that Glitch is probably in first, because she was the first one to take down that mid-boss, but Xandra is not far behind, and she has an actual save. And Glitch has to make up progress again.
Oh, boy. Okay, Glitch Witch is currently taking on a mid-boss. I think, yeah, Meekins is definitely very upset about that and has been typing. Glitch Witch, on the other hand, has just decided...
He still has 4 continues, though, so...
Oh, yeah.
There is a chance he could beat Stage 2, and then that would be a non-factor. Also, now that they're experienced in Stage 1, they can just kind of barrel through it, as Glitch Witch is doing right now. Now, Glitch, who also did the same thing, doesn't seem too concerned with having not saved. Although I think this time she will save.
There we go. Glitch Witch is saving this time. There we go. Glitch Witch being very careful this time to get the save.
Yes, exactly. Learning her lesson. That was a minor setback, but now she's back where everyone else is. However, Shuriken has also beat the second boss and And if he gets past this part, I think he'll have made more progress than anyone else has if he just scrolls to the left a bit here. So I think Shuriken is in first now. It's a pretty tenuous lead, because Glitchwitch is back to stage 2 now. But a lead is still a lead.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm thinking, the thing is, even though players may have to redo stage 1, it gives them a chance to get to stage 2 with more lives than they would normally have with a continue. So, I don't think it's necessarily a disadvantage.
Well, in Meekin's case, it kind of is, because he had 6, well, actually, technically 7 lives going into stage 2. But even in his case, it's not that bad.
Oh yeah, stage 1, once you know what you're doing, you can get through it relatively
I know
quickly.
Shuriken saved. I'm not sure why he's going back to the first stage.
That's strange. Yeah, I wonder why.
Okay, he is resetting.
Okay. Royal Blue Wizard thinks that it may be for more lives, and
Yeah, you can do that, but you don't really need to do that for stage 2. And if you do that, and we're at the point in the match where you really just want to try to run through stage 2.
I think so. Yeah, you just want to.
We're more than halfway through, so I think Shuriken's going to try to load the game again.
Yep.
I think he was just confused by the load prompt. Yeah, so the way it works is that you pick the difficulty, and there's one save on normal. I might tell Shuriken what to do.
That would be fine, as long as somebody else. It's not letting Shuriken do anything on that screen. Huh. I wonder if you have to push select to move down. No, it says up, down, left, right.
I have no clue. I did not have that problem. And Xandra's doing it just fine, so I don't know why Shuriken is having this issue. That wouldn't be the issue, though, Wolf, because this game only accepts D-pad inputs.
Yeah, it may be worth restarting the emulator. Yeah, I am very curious. That is strange.
Yeah, I did make sure to test this game and make sure everything worked, including the saves and everything. Okay. So that I didn't have any issues on my end. It is hot garbage, but this might be an emulation issue. So Glitchwitch is actually really far into stage 2. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think she's about to get to the turtle, which is the final boss of the stage.
Aha! What a cutie here.
So, the first time I fought this boss, I was defeated very easily. The trick is, no, you don't want to move at all. Or you don't want to move much. You just want to stay on one side, either the very left or the right, and just kind of shoot it from there. And this definitely puts Glitchwitch in the lead.
Oh, yeah. See, Glitch Witch did have to start all the way over due to save and load issues. Shuriken still unable to select.
That's very strange because the save definitely exists there. And he's able to exit.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and keep working on figuring that out. If needed, we can give bonus time in order to fix this issue, depending on how much time is lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, the strange thing is that Shuriken is able to navigate on the screen before, just can't.
Oh, yeah.
When getting to this load game screen.
That's... I really can't explain it. Yeah, I don't know if it's a game issue or an emulation issue. Anyway, unfortunately, Mikan's game overed, and he did not have a save, so he is just starting from the beginning again. And he is playing it very conservatively, so he can have as many lives as possible going into stage 2.
Wait, did Shuriken manage to move? What?
Yes, he did. He did.
They had to turn on analog to get it to work. What? Oh, that's ridiculous.
Okay, we should give him bonus time for that mishap, though. Because that was pretty costly. That was at least...
Hey, if it worked, it worked.
At least 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, we'll give... Okay, I'm letting Shuriken know we'll give bonus time if it looks like it's going to be close. Okay, Glitch Witch is moving on in, I think, right at the beginning of stage 2. Again.
Yeah, I
we'll
think she had a bad
3?
attempt. Are we going to see stage 3? I think if we're going to see it from anyone, it's going to be Glitch Witch. Possibly Shuriken, because Shuriken made it pretty far, too. They've definitely made the most progress, if I'm not mistaken. I know Xandra has made it to the boss. I don't know how far past the boss she's made it. She's trying an interesting strat. She's switching to Ray instead of Tasha, which you can do if you load the game.
Okay.
I personally think Tasha's better for this level, but Ray is also a good choice. The problem is she's going to die real soon if she just keeps on standing there and taking hits like that. Because the force field doesn't give a good indicator of when it wears off.
Oh, yeah. I think Glitch Witch has a bit of a feeling for when it does wear off, though. Like, she's obviously paying attention to how long it lasts and what it does.
Oh, yeah. And she's using a smart strategy here, just point-blanking this boss.
I'm a little bit worried because the shield is going to wear off. Okay, she's dodging a little bit just to make sure.
If she just jumps, yeah, then she'll kill it before. Yep. Nice. So Xandra's making good progress. She's trapped herself in the arcade machines room. I did tell them that if they're in the arcade machines room, they can just destroy them and still make progress. You can play little arcade mini games. They're really simplistic and not very fun, and that's why I told them to just destroy the arcade machines.
I love it. Death to the arcade.
I think Xandra has made the second most progress in this stage, aside from Glitch Witch. So she's definitely, I would say she's in second. I don't think Meekins has made it past the turtle boss yet. Or, sorry, not the turtle boss, but that ant hill worm
the gross
thing
slime
boss.
hill, yeah.
Maybe one of the games is Gyros, but another one is just a really simplistic, like, Pac-Man style game.
Oh, really? I love it.
Yeah. So Glitch is on the second boss, has lives, and for some reason is using the laser. I don't know why. It's really interesting because even this far into the match, the players are still trying out the special weapons, even though they're very obviously worse than just your normal gun.
Yeah, and the flamethrower is trash here. It's so
Oh yeah,
bad.
I don't know why she's using it, but I guess she just thinks that, you know, she still has it left, so she might as well use it. I think if she was using the actual machine gun, the boss would be flashing red and nearly dead by now.
Possibly. Look, it's a turtle. It's got to be weak to electricity and fire, right?
Yeah. Obviously.
Obviously. I've played enough video games to know what's going on here.
Alright, so Mikon's is on stage 2. I think he saved this time. I wasn't checking. But I think he learned his lesson the hard way. And he has more than 4, or the default 4/5 lives. So even though he is in 4th right now, he can easily get in 2nd or even in 1st if he manages to defeat the boss first. I find Glitch Witch's strategy very interesting because it's kind of risky, but it also means you don't have to waste time killing the enemies, which is just to try to push the stage forward as much as possible in speedrun. It's both risky and not risky because, you know, it's hard to see what's ahead of you, but at the same time, you don't waste time fighting the bosses.
Yeah, this... You know, I can at least give them props for having some sort of interesting bosses, even if one looks like a pile of crap with veins in it.
Yeah.
Veiny crap.
Looks like a squiggling pile of crap on a crap hill.
Yeah, yeah. And, like, that's the least disgusting way I can describe it. Just so people know, I see that we're getting questions in chat. Glitch Witch appears to be in 1st, having made it to the turtle and having dealt a good amount of damage to it. I don't think anybody else has made it there.
Is in 2nd. Why is she going to the arcade machines?
The arcade's fun, Mike. It's fun.
It is fun, but not in this game. Fortunately, she has the homing, so it's pretty trivial.
Go to the arcade every day, okay?
Because, you know, arcades are totally not dead in the USA. Or everywhere that's not in Asia.
Well...
Double does have a good point. Might be more fun than the game proper.
It's true.
So Xandra has a smart bomb. You've seen a couple of them so far. Yeah, you hit L2 or R2 to use them. She already burnt through it, but she has made it to the boss, and she has homing, which is a really good thing. Let's see how she does.
Only 1 extra life, though.
Wait, can this boss be exploited like the turret?
I don't see it taking damage.
Yeah, and it's not flat. It didn't seem to be flashing, so I don't think you can exploit it like the turret.
But that would have been great.
Yeah. So, Xandra is using a much better weapon than Glitch Witch is against the boss, and that is the homing weapon. So, I think she might be able to beat this boss first try. She's seen all the attacks. She's adjusting to it well. Oh, she did get clipped by the turtle's bite.
Oh,
this
no.
is really bad.
Oh, that's it. That is the death. We still have 13 minutes, though.
And that distinctly puts her in 2nd. I would say that Glitch Witch has not only been to the boss first, she's also done more damage to it, despite using worse weapons. And we still have about, what, 15 minutes left, I want to say?
13. About 12 and a half now. We're getting close to the end.
Yeah, and this stage takes at least 3 or 4 minutes to get through, but Kusogr4nde making some pretty good progress nearly at the arcade.
Don't go in! Okay, good. Oh, nope. He's avoiding the arcade. He doesn't want any fun.
Yeah, he is a no-fun, true GDQ spirit. No fun allowed.
Oh, you know it, Mike.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, I'm very experienced with no fun allowed, so...
I really don't like these little, like, silver arrows that crawl along the ground. They're kind of gross.
Okay, and Kusogr4nde has made it to the boss.
Nice!
If he can defeat the boss, or even put it in red, that'll put him in first.
Oh yeah, and with homing, homing's down.
Ooh, that's not a good look.
That's death.
Yeah. Whether going by time, when he reached the boss or progress on the boss, that puts him in third. However, he still has a few good tries left, so he can still change his place in this match. And speaking of that, Meekins can also change his place, especially since he has a save that has more than the amount of lives you continue with.
Oh yeah.
He's not that hard, but the perspective in this game is really bad, and they're blind racing, so they don't know how to fight these bosses right away. Yep. However, that being said, Glitchwitch is on the boss, and she's finally using the homing, although she didn't have the homing the first time she was fighting this boss. So there's actually a good chance that she can defeat this boss.
Yeah, let's see. With 2 extra lives as well, that's pretty important.
Yeah, so we might actually get to see the third stage.
Ooh, I would love to see a third stage. And it's flashing
and she's gotten
red.
the turtle to red. That secures her first place for now. And she pretty much has this down. The turtle is dead. She has made it to stage 3. Okay. And will she remember to save?
Yes.
And on her own stream, she has a webcam. She's very happy that she beat the boss.
Oh, yeah. Well, she put it over the game feed. We got to see.
Exactly. These
I love
newfangled
that people
fun
have
having
fun sometimes.
speedrunners with their webcams.
Yeah, what's up with that? Oh, fun. Sorry. Yeah, Mike, are you going to do a deduction because of fun?
A fun point deduction.
Yeah.
And stage 3 is not terribly notable until you get about partway into it. In fact, you can rush through this area if you know where the shields are, like Glitchwitch is doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say the stage looks like stage 2 plus.
And so when you think of Contra, you think rafts and you think boats. And this is the auto-scrolling portion of the stage. This auto-scroller doesn't end until you kill this worm. This worm takes a lot of hits. Oh no, Meekins is playing the arcade game!
Meekins! It's okay. You need a break every once in a while from video games for more video games.
I think you can just quit this if you press start. I did tell them to destroy the arcade machines if they're in stage 2, so that's on Meekins. 100%.
Well.
And Glitchwitch is really struggling with the raft. I don't blame her. It's really stupid. And that part where he drops those little blobs or crawly things is not only really obnoxious, it's just oh no, Meekins is playing it again.
No!
I told him to destroy the machines.
He was shooting it, but it didn't blow up. How many shots does it take, Mike?
Shots does it take for what?
To destroy the arcade machine.
Not very many.
Because he was trying.
I mean, Xander killed them really fast. There's 2 arcade machines, Meekins. Just destroy them both.
Turn around and shoot them.
I even put it in the pinned notes, like...
If it's in the pinned notes and you told him...
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's why this is 100% on him. Because I didn't want anyone to get stuck at the arcade machines. There we go. Liz Star, that might be true. This game is definitely not fun. In fact, the stages just get progressively worse and worse. So I don't know if Glitch Witch is going to make it here. So after the auto-scroller, there's a part where you enter a boat, and then you have to control the boat, and then destroy these piles of junk. Because when you think Contra, you think third-person boat driving sequences.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Meekins has really one more shot. I think everybody has one more shot at beating this. Well, 1 or 2. Beating.
I would say 2 more shots, depending on how their lives go. There is something unfortunate about Glitch Witch's save. She was on her last credit.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't think that's going to be detrimental though, because everybody else is currently on stage 2.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone beating Glitch Witch at this point.
They'd have to... Shuriken could, but he's really low on lives, and he'd have to do it this attempt. And then make it as far as Glitch Witch did, or farther in the raft. But I don't think that's going to happen, but, you know, we can always have that little bit of delusional hope.
I suppose technically anybody could. I don't think it's going to happen, but we've seen bigger comebacks before.
This is true.
We've seen bigger comebacks today. Somebody in 4th moving to 1st. Like,
yeah, true.
Their chances.
And I know Witch's Hex was very unhappy with that game. So it's not a matter of how much you like the game.
Oh, yeah. It just matters that you have at least one good attempt. One solid attempt. That's all you need.
So Glitch really needs to try to take down this boss. The faster you take down this boss, the better, because it means less of those blobs that it spawns. And those blobs are really hard to dodge and really hard to get rid of.
Oh, yeah, that... into the water.
Yeah, and the problem with getting that force field is that you pretty much have to die getting it, and there's and if you're not fast enough, then you just fall into the water and die again.
Yeah, the big question is one death worth
Not really, because there's a force field right there.
Well, it depends on how many deaths you would take between that force field and the next force field. I don't know. It could possibly be worth it. Especially if you're terrible at dodging anything.
And yes, I am a Monster Visu. That's why I gave this game out.
Oh no, Glitch Witch getting another game over.
Yeah. However, that's a pretty good attempt in a Stage 3. Stage 3 is actually not that long, technically. It's just that the auto-scroller in it is really bad. And then the third-person boat driving sequence is even worse.
All of the players are having a bit of a hard time making it back to the turtle, by the way.
Yeah, I think they're feeling the pressure of their last attempts.
Yep. Not surprising at all. I think basically this is the last attempt if anybody is able to get there.
Pretty much. Yes, that is true, Xerxes, is that when time is up, Shuriken gets to finish their current continue.
Okay, sweet.
At least that's what Kata said.
I feel like
Which is a good way. Give him bonus
that's
time.
a good way to do it, yeah, because Shuriken was having a hard time with controls. Honestly, it was a control that we didn't really know about that needed to be enabled. Luckily, he did manage to figure it out, so...
Does Shuriken only have a load file with 1 life and no continues or something? I would hope he has... I would think he... I'm pretty sure he has continues.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. He just had a fairly poor save, so he just takes game over. Okay. That's what I figured, Cadus, but I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, and Glitch is really struggling with this area, which is not surprising, because this is a terrible area.
Okay, Meekins is avoiding the arcade. Good plan.
Okay, good call.
And having homing is pretty huge. I think we're close
if
to
he gets at least a couple of decent hits on the boss, then he'll technically be past where Shuriken is. Let's see how he does. Because Shuriken died pretty fast. This might actually put him ahead of Shuriken.
It could. He could also possibly move past Xandra, depending.
That's really close to where Shuriken was. I think Xandra hit the boss more.
I think so, but let's go ahead and see what Shuriken does. If this is a good continue, then he may be able to get past that. Now, just so everybody knows, we're going to give some extra time for Shuriken. Due to some issues with controls before. So, Shuriken can finish this continue.
Yep. Garby, determining damage is tricky because there's no indication until the enemies are almost dead. And Meekins is done, which makes sense. It's near the end of the match. Can't really change his place.
Yep. Here we go. We're going to let the timer go past the hour just so that we can try Shuriken. You know, see how far Shuriken is able to make it. That is time for both Xandra and Glitchwitch. Glitchwitch is definitely in the lead. I do not think Glitchwitch is going to lose at all. Even if Shuriken managed to get through the turtle boss, it's pretty much locked in for Glitchwitch.
Oh yeah, Glitchwitch is pretty much locked in a first. But let's see how Shuriken does in this credit. He has all his lives, so that's a good chance of actually being able to beat the turtle boss.
Oh yeah.
The laser really struggles to hit that tank. I never noticed that before.
It's going for the tank, but geez, it just loops around. Unfortunately, Shuriken did lose homing, which is going to be a serious problem coming up soon.
Yeah. However, that might be a bit of a blessing in disguise, because he can get rid of those tanks a lot quicker.
It's true. With 4 lives moving into this place as well.
Okay, foregoing the hidden bomb there. Shuriken doesn't have homing, but has a lot of lives. Can change his place.
Ugh, not like that though. Jumping into the fire definitely hurts.
you gotta go up, Shuriken. Alright.
Another death right there, and
Shuriken does not have a good strategy for this boss. I'm not sure why he thinks he needs to fight the boss head on. Like, he knows about strafing. He knows he can change directions. I don't know why he's sticking with this strategy after it's not working. I have no idea how he's not getting hit by half.
Let's see if we do move to red. Nope. Shuriken taking a death. That is the game over for Shuriken.
That's really debatable between Shuriken and Meekins. If it comes down to it, then we go by who got there first, and that would be Shuriken.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna go check the rulings right now to see what it looks like. Glitch Witch is for sure in the lead, taking the victory. I'm letting Glitch Witch know if she would like, she can go ahead and hop in general. There we go. I'm gonna drag her in. Hello, Glitch Witch.
Hello, I think.
Congratulations on the victory here.
Thank you so much. That was certainly a video game the entire time.
Oh yeah.
It was a video game, and it is an official Contra game because it's published by Konami. So you told me before this match started, you were like, "Oh my gosh, I wanted to play this game this entire time. Now I get to kill two birds with one stone," or something along those lines.
Yep.
So, what do you think now?
It's weird. It's like a game that you have to speedrun, and there's no way around it. Like, you can't just casually roll through those levels. You have to know what you're doing throughout each of them and take like a specific path, and just don't fight anything. Just hop across the whole level. You'll be fine.
So, after that auto-scroller you were on, you have to look forward to third-person boat driving sequences.
I read that in the manual, and I'm really sad I didn't get there. But that boat was terrible. Like, are you supposed to kill that thing? Or, like, I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Alright, so what you do is that you get in the boat, and then you start driving it, and then you have to kill these pieces of junk with really confusing attacks that look like you have to move around everywhere and dodge, but you actually just sit in the bottom far corner and just shoot at it, and then jump when you need to.
Okay, that sounds like
and it took me a very long time to learn that, because the attacks are very confusing.
Most of those bosses were confusing, especially when it's just like, get invincibility, get the homing weapon, stand in front of it, and then
the camera angles in this game are awful, so even when it looks like you're supposed to hit something, you're not, and the game's just bad.
Yeah, it's
really bad.
Quite miserable. But
it is quite miserable.
I wonder, this is the question that I asked, was it redeemable in any way?
Sorta, like, once you knew how to beat a level, it wasn't so bad, but, like, the moment you got hit, and you lose that homing item, and it's just, well, I can't fight this thing now. And it seems like the...
funny thing about that, you didn't seem to learn this, but the most powerful weapon in the game is actually your pea shooter.
Yeah, I caught wind of that fighting that.
The other weapons, except for the homing, are bad. The homing is great for enemies with, like, really hard to hit hurt boxes, like that weird turret in the first stage, and the crawling spider brain thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, you can just use your gun to shoot everything.
Yeah, the weird, like, little insect thing that you fight.
Because unlike good Contra games, the power-ups are not power-ups.
Yeah, that's because why not?
Exactly.
Cool.
Well, yeah, this was a blast. Congratulations on the victory. By the way, I do want to say that despite not saving the first time, you managed to make a huge comeback and take first.
So both you and Meekins were mashing so fast through the stage end prompt that neither one of you saved.
Oh yeah, I caught into that. I'm like, maybe that wasn't the end of the first level. Like, I paused for a moment and checked the manual. Just like, it said I could save, and I must have just mashed through it, and not noticed.
Yes, I noticed that when you beat the first level the second time, you were very slow.
Yeah, I do agree that it's really poor video game design to automatically highlight no save.
Yeah, I'd say.
It's bad.
It's just the Contra experience. You couldn't save in any other Contra game, so why should you do it here? You don't want to encourage it.
You can save in C, a Contra adventure. The other Contra game developed for the PS1 by these same developers.
Oh, I bet you that's a bundle of joy.
It is also, despite being called a Contra adventure, it is the least Contra adventure of all of the Contra games.
Is this a side-scroller? At least?
Sure.
Kind of?
Oh no,
I don't want to spoil things too much, but...
yeah, don't spoil the rich the Contra adventure lore for me.
Oh, we won't. Okay, we'll let you experience it for yourself. With that said, I think that it is time for us to take off. Anything you want to say? Tina Hacks, why would you do this?
Hey, respect Quickman's place in Mega Man 2.
He's a total butt, okay? Nobody likes Quickman. So let's
Yeah,
go
but
ahead.
everyone likes butts, so that means Tina Hacks is a good person. And she's gifted 32 subs in the channel.
Aw, thank you, Tina.
She's giving you money.
Tina, I appreciate the money, but the money could go towards, like, just me.
It is going to just you.
Okay, shut up. Shut up. No, it's going to Quickman as well.
You could just buy up all those copies of Mega Man 2 and get rid of Quickman forever.
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah.
Except it's still going to just you. She's just helping out Quickman enjoy the fine emotes in your channel.
Okay,
including
Quickman.
the butts emo. You called her butts, which has to be the highest compliment in your channel, because everyone likes butts.
I like butts. Butts are fantastic.
Exactly, see?
They're the nicest. Well, Tina, thank you so much for giving Quickman an ounce of joy that he has never experienced in his entire life because he's a miserable pile of patooties. And we're going to go ahead and call that a stream. Glitchwitch, anything you want to say before we take off?
No, just thanks so much for having me for another beautiful round of Kusogr4nde 4, and I can't wait for the next one.
Oh, yeah.
You have a good chance of going in the bracket, actually. So.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for that. It all comes down to, like, I think I need a first place in the last match or something. But...
you need a third place in the last match, actually.
Oh, heck. Okay.
You've got a good chance, yeah, so keep going strong. We're going to do a Duck Fist raid. Do we have any good messages for what we could spam there? Because I don't know.
Were there any notable lines of dialogue in that video game? Also, I should probably just say goodbye and head out.
Glitchwitch, I am happy that you came here. Something about stairs. Definitely something about stairs. We did have the stair quest.
Oh god, Stair Quest was so good. I played that while waiting for my match.
I was tempted to play it, but I ended up not playing it while waiting for this match. But maybe I'll play it now.
It's a great experience. I suggest like trying to look for some of the Easter eggs. There's a lot of commands in that parser that they don't tell you about.
I do like "You're not yet worthy." Go tell Duck Fist that he's not worthy. Sad day, but it's okay. Let's go raid him. He's a good guy and playing Final Fantasy V, and we'll see you all Wednesday for the GDQ Kusogr4nde Invitational. Until then.
So long.
Bye.